Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Shogun Total War, where I'm playing as Clan Shimazu. And I've beaten back Clan Oda. They are left with one province here under their control. I am sieging out these castles here in Echizen and Mino. Shouldn't take too long. We're looking at 3 turns for this castle here in Mino. And this one's going to hold out for over a year. I might end up assaulting this one, or I might not. I don't know. There's really no rush, to be honest. Once I've taken these provinces, this is where I'm probably going to reach the stage in my campaign where I'm going to consolidate for a little bit, work on my economy, work on the tech upgrades for my soldiers themselves, and build up some really solid armies and get ready to push into northern Japan. Now, before I'm ready to do that, I still have to take Owari here. This is the last province that Clan Oda has fallen back to, and I can understand why. This is a solid province, defensible province. It's a river province. It is somewhat unique in that there is 2 bridge crossings for this river, and it's the only map in this game that has a 2 bridge river crossing. So it's not as hard to take as a single bridge, but it still can be a little tricky, and I do almost have an army that's ready to attack. I will be attacking with my daimyo's army here. I don't intend on taking this province just in one battle. I'll probably take a couple battles to wither them down. The problem with trying to take a river province, especially a sizable river province with a really big garrison in one battle, is that what's going to happen is even if you beat back the initial first stack, then the challenge is going to be crossing that river and continuing the battle against a second full stack. Whereas if you lose that battle, you have to retreat back over that bridge, and you can lose a lot. It's a really dangerous proposition. It's something that in regular maps, I'm not too phased about going 1v2 with my stacks. Sometimes I can win those battles, sometimes I won't. But even if I don't, if I lose, I can still kind of retreat and kind of, consolidate and not lose everything, right? But in these river battles, if I cross that bridge in an effort to chase down and essentially get ready for a second stack, and then I have to run back over that bridge in the case that I end up losing and my force breaks morale and runs, it can be a very dangerous thing for me. So I will, but what I'm getting at is that I will try to do this in probably 2 battles. I'll try to hold myself back, honestly, because that's the temptation, right? When you see an army running, when you see that you've won against that first stack, it can be tempting to chase them down and run across the river. But I'll try to hold back. I'll try to. Another reason for that is because I want to make sure I have a full enough archers and arrows for that second stack. So I'm probably going to end up spending all of my arrows just trying to beat the first one. So that's another reason to do this in at least 2 goes. Now, I did start building my guns in that last video, and here they are, the arquebusiers. I will be bringing these into Owari, so I'm excited to show you these guys. They're not, as I've said a few times already, they're not the greatest. They have pretty short range, so they will be limited by the river itself. But perhaps they can, I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of Yari Ashigaru here, and these guns are going to scare the bejesus out of them, so hopefully they can at least do that. I would like to get at least one more unit of guns down there. I'm going to be bringing in these spears from Omi. And let's see, I wanted to... So I'm close to having the actual army composition that I want to be using throughout the rest of this campaign. But I'm going to alter it just a little bit because this is a specific river battle that I want to be able to fight. I'm thinking of taking out one of these units of Nodashi. And that will leave me with, how do I got? I got 5 spears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what else do I want to take out? Maybe if I just bring 4 spears. And that will do. Yeah, I can bring 4 spears, and then I'll bring 2 guns. So I'll still wait just a couple turns, I think, before I attack. But yeah, I should be able to get that battle in, at least the first one in for this episode. Probably both, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna hold these. I'm just gonna siege these guys out. There's no hurry regarding that. I can bring these soldiers up to Echizen. If I remember correctly, this is a very dicey battle. I lost a lot. Holy moly! Yeah, I lost a lot of soldiers in this one. Seems like my heir always seems to be on the knife's edge of things. And here he is again with a very small force. I mean, these reinforcements will help. And I don't think these rebels are going to attack. But if they do, I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of warrior monks in this army. Kaga province is the home province of the Iko-Iki religion, which is the religion that was sort of born out these warrior monk soldiers, which is the inspiration for the warrior monks in this game. So yeah, the rebel armies that are born in Kaga province are typically very warrior monk heavy. Kaga province itself is a bastard to take. It's very difficult to attack. It's one of those provinces that, whereas Echizen I think is the most defensible non-river province, Kaga province is difficult to play no matter what the AI does. Echizen, you could see, like if you remember in the last episode, they didn't take the best position that they could have, and they typically don't. But in Kaga province, it's just weird. Anytime, any angle you try to attack them here, it's really difficult. So frankly, I'd prefer if someone else did it for me. If Clan Yusugi wants to come up here and take Kaga, they can be my flipping guests. And they are my allies, so I shouldn't really be wishing a bloody death at the hand of warrior monks to them, but they're in my way. And this is a little bit awkward here because I wanted to roleplay as kind of a nice Buddhist in this campaign. And here they are just sitting smack dab in the middle of my path. I could kind of awkwardly go around them. We'll see what I want to do about that. Hopefully they just start attacking me, and then that makes it easier for me because that'll break the alliance, and then I can be justified in killing them. Or maybe I just say, never mind, I don't want to roleplay anymore. I just want to, win. So we'll see about that. Moving on to other issues is the churches. I have a few that are already made. I have, let's see, that's 2, 3, 4 churches, and I have a 5th one being built here in Yamashiro. And what I'm thinking is I can build another church here in Iwami, because my goal is 8. I want to get up to at least 8 churches before I can build a cathedral, and that's when I start making a lot of money. So that's the number. I can build another church here in Isa. And maybe the last one will be here in Mino. We'll see. So I got a few churches going. I guess I can get more soldiers going, and yeah, I can get these soldiers moving up to their front lines. And while I'm doing this, I can just cut this part out, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, I've brought up all the rest of my armies. Looks like I've decided to bring most of them down here, at least my archers and spearmen. I can reinforce down here because this is probably where I'm going to be pushing and losing some more men. I'm guessing that up here is going to be relatively safe for the time being, so I'm not going to have to replenish these soldiers quite yet. Just one thing, while I was going over this, I wanted to talk real quick about this. So this is something that I do. You see both of these armies have diminished units in them, and what I do with my diminished units is that after a battle I will combine all of the units so that they top off at 60 men per unit, and then whatever's left over I will pull them back behind my front lines and combine those armies together. That way the experience, the honor that they gain in battle isn't lost when it's diluted amongst new recruits that are just produced. So if that was confusing to you, what I mean by that is, what can happen is that if I build new units, or what I can do is that if I bring these damaged units back, for example, these cavalry units, since I can produce them here in Heizen, I can bring that unit of cavalry back here, and then I can bring them into this queue, and I can drag them in here, and it will top them off and replace and bring them up to full 60 units. or 60 men per unit. And if there's any additional upgrades that have been added to this province in the meantime, then those upgrades will also be added to that unit. However, the reason why I don't do this is, for one thing, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work bringing armies back and forth across the army. It's a lot of micromanaging. There already is a lot of micromanaging in this game, and I try to limit it and try to make it as streamlined as possible. And another reason why I do that is because I will lose this honor. Well, in this case, not a good example. These guys don't have any. That 0 means that these 22 men, I'm guessing this group just ran away, which happens a lot. And in this case too. So not a good example for these 2 units, but if I take a look at these 16 Odachi, well, they have 2 honor. That's good. So if I combine them with this 1 honor group, that will even out to be okay. Not great, but further on in the game, when you're looking at 4 or 5 honor groups, it's going to make more sense. These just happen to be kind of a bad example, but it's just an easier, more streamlined way of doing it. All of a sudden, I have a fighting. That's a fighting group's worth of Odachi back here, and the rest of the units. Ashigaru, yay! got a full unit. Yeah, I'll just bring those guys there. Other than that, a few things I wanted to mention was I'm just continuing to bring my agents up. I'm just bringing shinobi and Jesuit priests to spread the word of God. And let's see, one other thing I was thinking about, my emissary. You can hardly see him here. Now, he's been pretty quiet lately. I know he's been surviving. I think he survived. No, not him. Okay, the other guy probably died. But what I would like to use him for is a little bit of forward scouting. Now, I don't have any border towers in any of these provinces, so I can't see what's in Owari. So I'll just have to send a forward scout. That's a nice thing about using an emissary for this, is that in this case, since my front line is moving too quickly, I don't feel like it's worth building border forts, because by the time they're built, the front line is going to be moved again, and it's just kind of a waste of money. So if I use this emissary here, I can just kind of take a peek. Hopefully he doesn't get assassinated, but in this case, I can just use him to check these places out. And probably in a few turns, I'll be able to take Owari, and then I can use this emissary to see what's next, you know. I'll probably be moving pretty quickly, so I do want to take a peek at Mikawa here. I want to see what Yusugi has in Hida. And I want to see what they have in Kaga too. I'm guessing warrior monks, but I want to make sure. So I have filled up all of my unit queues, or not queues, but I just do one at a time. So I have done that. I've put a few churches in place for being built. And I think that is it for now. Let me just take a look at my heirs. I do have one getting pretty close here. I got 3 years to go for Shimazu Yoshihisa. So I need to keep an eye on that. And let's see, how is this looking? Keep that down. Alright, end turn. Castle built in Osumi, Hyuga, and Higo. And I got that port in Isa. That's really good. That's very helpful. Holy moly, and oh man. And Dakata is attacking me. I don't think I have any. Yeah, so I do have. Okay, so I do have some soldiers here. He's attacking me with a 3-star general. He does outnumber me, but Mino is a very defensible. It's a very defensible province. And hey, looky here, I got that unit of arquebusiers. This is my secret weapon. I didn't expect to be able to show them to you in this battle, but yeah, let's. I'm just gonna fight this one. I think I have a good chance of winning it, so let's see what happens. I feel like I don't get to play as many defensive battles, but that might be changing now. Now I'm hitting kind of the halfway point of this this campaign. I might be playing some more defensive battles, which is, yeah, that can be fun too. So yeah, as you can see, I mean, come on. I mean, this is pretty nice. Big hill over here. I probably won't fighting on this one. If you remember last episode, this is the hill that I fought, but I had to fight. You know, that was the attacking side, so I had to come down here. For some reason, the AI just kind of let me take the hilltop and fight downhill from them, so that was good for me. I think what I like to do is I like to take this one. It looks a little bit steeper. It's I can't set up exactly at the top of the hill. I have to kind of set up down here and, you know, race to the top of the hill. But that's okay. All right, so I'm just going to get my army grouped up. And let's see. Yeah, I'll get my army grouped up and set up, and then I'll cut to when I'm ready to begin the battle. Alright, here I am. I have my army ready to go, and as you can see, it's nothing pretty. I'm just trying to get them in position. It's kind of cramped up here because of this line here. That picket line is my deployment zone, so I can't get past that. So once I press begin battle, I'm going to rush them to the top and get them in position. It looks like I'll be playing this pretty standardly. I don't really have the army like the real top Shimazu army that I like to play with. Barely any Nodachi soldiers. Do I have this little fancy group of guns over here? Can't really see them, these are in the woods. And Cav, I will be using these guys defensively. Takeda is known for their cavalry heavy armies, so I'm expecting to be severely outclassed in the cavalry department. Therefore, no reason in going ahead and scouting or, you know, potentially getting them caught. I'd rather just play them behind my line and keep them as a reserve unit or defensive force or whatever. So, let's begin the battle and get to the top of this hill. Now, what do they got? Archers, some Yari Samurai, Ashigaru, archers, and got Yari Cav, cavalry archers. So no like heavy cavalry, no Naginata cavalry. They just the light stuff in regards to their cavalry. The rest of it's pretty standard stuff. Just samurai archers, a little bit of Ashigaru, a little bit of Yari Samurai. So as we saw before, they do outnumber me, but this is a nice advantage up here, this little hill advantage. So I'm going to start looking at getting these guys set up. Just get a long line of archers here. Do the same with my spears. I don't have as many spears. That's one thing that kind of makes me nervous, is that I only have counting my general unit, I have 3.5 units of spearmen, but one of my spearmen is an Ashigaru unit. So that could be the thing that breaks me if they really go heavy with an offensive melee push. They could bring me down in that regard. I only have these 19 Odachi, which won't be able to do much, but they might be enough to break a flank. And speaking of breaking flanks, I got these guns that we'll see if I can use them. It's like I said, they're not the easiest to use, and their range is pretty short, but maybe I can pull something off with them. All right, I can speed it up just a little bit here. Just want to make sure these guys get in position. Maybe I'll move my archers up. Maybe. How's this line looking? Yeah, because I don't want these guys to be behind here. So, yeah, maybe I'll just move them up just a little bit. Yeah, I can move my infantry line as well. I should make sure I bring my general as well. Might have to use this guy in combat. He's only a 2-star general, so it wouldn't be the greatest loss if I did lose him, but that would probably mean the end of this battle. So let's see how this goes. I am pretty confident in this one, but I'll tell you what, just looking back on a few battles in this campaign where I was confident, geez Louise, I have been wrong before, so well, let's see how this goes. Let's see, just because they are kind of grouping around that side of the hill, I'm wondering if I want to kind of angle forward. just to bring as much firepower onto that side as possible. So by the looks of it, they are kind of getting stuck here on this cliff face. And I should be able to shoot a lot of them down. Their daimyo, or not their daimyo, but their taisho is in this cavalry archer unit, which that can be good for me. They typically have pretty low morale, so maybe if I can get this guy to fall back and retreat, that'll break the rest of the army. All right, let's see how we're going. Looks like these guys aren't going to make it too far. Only 16 of them left. 16 and 13. Yeah, I don't think their melee units are going to be able to do much here. They have a lot of archers, a lot of light cavalry, and Ashigaru make up a large portion of their melee units. So let's see. Okay, so my guns look like they're kind of out of range here. I'm wondering if I want to. So at this point, the army is running away, so I can bring my cavalry up and see if I can catch any of them. Don't want to be too aggressive because there is still this bunch of soldiers here. They're just kind of still pushing up the hill, but I think if I bring my cavalry out, let's see, maybe don't use them quite yet. There's still a unit of enemy Yari cavalry, and for all I know, they could be better than mine because I have not been spending a lot of upgrades in my cavalry, so I'm just going to assume the Takeda cavalry is better than mine, and I'll just use my own as a last resort, essentially. Yeah, I don't see them being able to pull this off. They're just coming right into. I hear some guns going. That's always nice. Yep, that's some guns making people run away right there. That's always fun. And let's see, they're getting pretty close to my line, so make sure I get my spears down in position. See that smoke from the guns going off? That's always nice. Nice to see. Let's see, maybe I can get them a little closer. Spears against horses is always going to go well for the spears. And let's see. Probably get some guns shooting at these archers right here. You see when they're deployed in 3 ranks, they're going to use a revolving fire sort of thing, which is kind of cool. Looks like we got another break here. And let's see, do I want to send in my... See, I'm tempted to send in my Yari cavalry just because we have a lot of archers and a lot of cavalry archers on the field. Let's see, tempted. I am tempted. Nope, don't want to fight these Ashigaru. Don't want to do that. See, that's what I have to watch out for. Even though these are, you know, peasant units, just because they are armed with spears, they will do a lot of damage to my light cavalry. But if I can get them to break, if I can shoot these guys, get them to break, and then run them down, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Now this is interesting. Now they're bringing the Taisho in, kind of going straight for my gun unit. I wonder if I can get a volley off on them before they... There we go, yeah! Not quite running away, but it sure looks like it. Alright, looks like they're kind of making a strong push here. But it's pretty much all... Yeah, there you go. There we go, that's the break. That's the break. So I was able to time that one perfectly with my Yari cavalry. A lot of times I bring them in too early and the enemy isn't ready to run away yet. But in this case, since Yari Cavalry is actually the fastest unit in the game, that's right, they are actually faster than Cavalry Archers. That's kind of a really nice balancing part of this game, is that Cavalry Archers, while they are, you know, super annoying, frankly, you know, they can kind of harass you, and that's the whole point from a strategical and historical perspective. It's nice that there is a unit that's able to catch them, to sort of balance things out. And that's why I make sure I always keep Yari Cavalry, because they can counter these Cavalry Archers. And they can beat them in melee. That's not always a given, especially at expert difficulty, but that's the idea. That's the hope. Alright, I can send them back here and try to get some of these archers. It looks like we still have another group of archers here that's kind of milling about. Yeah, nope, they're running away, and that should be that. And I can send these guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Looks like there was some reinforcements. I kind of lost track of that. I thought that we were good, but no. No, we are not. They have some reinforcements. I don't think a lot. I think it's just like a couple units, and they're probably, yeah, they will run right away. Alright. That should be fine. I'm just going to reorganize my lines just to make sure I'm not... See, that's the thing about reinforcements. You have to, like, make sure your lines are reorganized after you beat that first stack, otherwise that second stack that they bring in will catch you off guard. Alright, that should be good. Let me just fast forward it and confirm that that is indeed the end. There we go. Alright, I was able to kill 561 of theirs and I lost 91 men, so yeah, that's not bad. Gained a few bits of honor. Let's see, how did my arquebusiers do? So my guns killed 8 and lost 0, so yeah, they didn't do a whole ton of damage, but I think you saw the effect that they had, because typically when they shot, things were running away, and that's kind of what they're going to do. And then when I get the muskets, those will be the ones that kill. But until then, it's just kind of nice to have something that goes boom and scares people away. And Lord Oza's castle in Mino province is almost gone here. 3 more seasons for Echizen. Yeah, I'll just keep sieging them out. I don't really want to attack there. There we go. 3rd rank for this guy, and he's fought some good battles here, so good for him. Arima Yoshimoto, props, man. You're doing me proud. You might end up being one of my primary generals that, you know, fights in northern Japan. Lord Yusugi's son has come of age and is ready to serve him. He now has 2 heirs, ready to take his place if he dies. Yay. That's my ally, so, you know, I'm so proud. So proud of you. Alright, so my emissary is here in Owari. Let's see what he has. As I suspected, just a ton of Ashigaru. And that's are those different stacks? They look exactly the same. Yeah, that's a lot of Ashigaru. So, yeah, this is... And they do... Okay, so they do have a 4-star Yari Samurai group unit there, but... If I take a look here, Daimyo looks like 3 stars for the Daimyo. I'm looking forward to this. That's going to be fun. It's going to be fun just like going... That's just a lot of Ashigaru. Holy moly. Alright, now I can take my emissary up here. I want to take a peek at what they have here in Hida and Kaga. And let's see. So, I have another unit of guns here. And bring them down, and I think what that means is I'll be ready to attack next turn. Yeah. Alright, so since Takeda seems keen on attacking me here at Mino, I think it's a safe bet to assume that they're not going to stop. They might just keep doing that, and in that case, I need to reinforce, so... not going to bring the guns in. Guns are going to go down and fight here in Owari, so they're not going to be a part of this army here. And let's see. Yeah, same with these guns. So these guns are both going to be fighting here in Owari. But I'm going to take a look at see how I want to move my troops around, and I'll come back to you when that's all said and done. Okay, now I've had a chance to move most of my armies up. I did want to reinforce these areas. I wanted to bring some more spears up to Echizen because my Air's force is mostly archers and Nodachi, so that's not very well balanced in my opinion. So I didn't have much of an option. I just brought up a bunch of Ashigaru because that's what I had available. Eventually I will make it a priority to bring some more spears up to this province here. Mino is looking a little messy at this moment. One of these forces, I think this one, yeah. So this is the force that I intend to be attacking Owari along with my daimyo next turn. So they're not really here to stay. They're just kind of here to stay for the turn because obviously I can attack Owari from either Omi or Mino. It doesn't really matter. I may as well bring them up here to sort of deter any attacks for a turn, because that's how the AI kind of calculates it. They look at what's there and decide whether or not it's going to be worth it to attack. So just by having a show of force kind of help them stay away. And in the meantime, that buys me one turn to spend to actually bring more spears up to this area. So I will be needing more Nodachi. This is kind of a opposite of the Echizen army, because this is spear and archer heavy, so I could use some more Dachi in this one. And down here I'm sort of getting ready to attack Owari. Let's see. Yeah, got a lot of these guys ready, so agents are mostly good, just gotta keep moving these priests up. And I did start building this church here in Isa. I think if I counted correctly, that's my 6th one, I think. 6 and 7. So yeah, I think that's 6 and 7. That means I need number 8. And I was thinking a good place for it would just be here in Mino. I don't know. I'm just trying to space them out a little bit because that helps spread the influence and helps spread the influence of Christianity. So I have put a new order of units in for each of the provinces. I've put up mostly a focus on spears because I have a lot of Nodachi at the moment, so that's just kind of the angle that I'm going. Let's see, triple check here. Very low is looking good. Public order is looking good. So let's hope that I do not get attacked, and that way I can just go straight for a warrior the next turn. Got that church going in Yamashiro. Hey, there we go. Alright, so no attacks this time, and this castle is about to fall here in Mino province. And Echizen's still going to hang on for a little bit longer, but that's okay, I got plenty of time. In cases like this, typically a lot of times I will just simply assault the castle to end the siege, but I think in this case, I got time. I'll be focusing mostly on a warrior right now, so I don't really need to push forward. I'm almost at that point where I've reached that midway part of the map where these are 3 very defensible provinces. I think we've already shown you Mino a couple of times. You've seen me attack Echizen, but you haven't seen me defend it yet. I kind of hope that Yasugi pushes their luck and does kind of break out their alliance and attack me here. It's fun to show. It's a fun battle it's a fun map to fight defensively. It's just crazy how much you can, like, the overwhelming numbers that you can defeat while defending Echizen is really fun, so it'd be kind of fun to have a chance to do that, but we'll see how that goes. And I think I'm ready to attack. So obviously, as you can see, that's not a full stack, but what I'm going to be attacking with as well. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces left for a full stack. So what do I have here? What do I have here, if I can find it? So I got my 4. And then 1 gun, and then I have another gun here somewhere. Just gotta find him. There he is. 6. So yeah, they're gonna outnumber me. I'm gonna be fighting across a river, but there's just a lot of peasants defending this province. I'll be able to defeat that first stack, and it's gonna be really hard to pull back on the reins and not cross that river. I'm gonna be so tempted to want to do that, but no, down boy, stay. And they don't have anywhere to retreat to, so it's going to be do or die time for them. Just a heads up, it's going to be die. Yes, they're not going to survive this. They are going to they're going to perish here in Owari, which is fitting. This is their capital province. This is where they're from. This is why they came back to defend their home. All of their military structures are here. They figured that if they had any chance of coming back in this campaign, it was going to be by retreating back to their home province and expanding outward again, and it's not going to work out for them. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not going to work. But before I click enter, I'm just going to keep on cleaning up my armies, moving my agents around, putting build order queues in for all my units. And as always, or as I have been doing on the last episode or two, I'm going to cut this part out. But I will let you know if I build any buildings. I will let you know and talk you through my ideas and strategies behind that. As far as my unit building or unit production, I think it's been pretty obvious by now, but if not, I can just spend a quick minute on this. So I only build typically 1 unit per province, and then I build that province out to specialize in making that unit as best in the role that I want it to be. So for Satsuma, because Satsuma gives a +1 honor bonus to any Nodachi that are produced here, I will produce Nodachi here. And I will tech out Satsuma in a way that makes Nodachi kill faster and have higher morale. Now I can't upgrade their armor here in Satsuma. Sure, I could build them here and produce them in Satsuma, then bring them anywhere that has an iron production facility. But as I've said before, I don't want to make this too micro intensive. I'm trying to streamline this to make it fun to play and not so tedious, if I may say so. If you do want to min-max your campaigns, that's how you do it. You can build your units in the place where they get an honor bonus and then max out their honor bonus, and then you can build up the same line of dojos in a province that has these iron sand deposits, and then max out that armory and give that unit the most armor it can have. And that's how you can really have these like top end units. Don't get me wrong, my units are still going to be very high end, but they're just not going to be that level. They're going to be good in their own way, and they will work very well in my armies. So I'm going to be building Nodachi Swordsman here in Satsuma. Hizen is my cavalry province, just because it was available really early in the campaign and I wanted cav early, so I built it there. And just because I need a spear dojo to be able to produce Yari cavalry, I have the option of producing spearmen here if I need to. When I took Tosa, they already had this famous sword dojo, which is an upgraded sword dojo. So they're already producing +1 honor bonus Nodachi here in Tosa. So I made this my secondary Nodachi production facility. However, they also had a famous spear dojo, so that's good, solid, professional spearmen available to me. And so I've had the option of producing one or the other here in Tosa. Aki, I've made this secondary archer facility or production facility. And then moving on to Yamashiro, this is the Emperor's province, and because of that, any troop that's produced here has a +1 to their honor bonus. That's any troop or any agent, and since there are no provinces in this game that provide an honor bonus to Yari Samurai, I'd like to make this the province where I produce Yari Samurai. Simple, it's basic, but it's effective, and it's in a good location to push out and help me with this central push. When I tech out my Yari Samurai, obviously armor is nice to have. It's good to give them because my Army Samurai, their role in my battles is to hold the line. Yes, kill cavalry, but specifically hold the line so that my archers, my Nodachi, and my guns can do the killing. That's the point of my spears. So for them, my primary focus is going to be building these palaces because they provide morale to my units and make them hold longer. Now my Nodachi, they're already elite. They have very high morale. They're going to stick in the fight, and we've already seen examples of that. In the battle here in Echizen, I had a small half-unit group of Nodachi holding out a horde of cavalry for what seemed like forever. And I thought I was going to lose this battle, but I was able to get a flanking attack on that horde and win this battle just because that one unit, their morale was so high, they were able to stick in there and stay forever, it felt like. And that's what I need. An expert difficulty, I need soldiers who are going to stay and fight. So I'm going to be focusing on building up morale for any of these provinces that produce Yari Samurai for me. So I just wanted to talk over that real quick so that when I do a lot of this off-camera stuff, you know my thought process. I don't have to talk you through it every single time. So now you know. With that being said, I will get back to you when I'm done moving stuff around. Alright, and here we are. I've finished moving up most of my soldiers, and I have them in position. I have this army ready to go here. Just helped move them up to the front lines. I've moved some of my... So these are my weaker armies I'd like to consolidate. And then I have a full force of reinforcements back here just to help plug the gaps of anyone that starts losing men. And then I just moved some shinobi and some Jesuit priests around, you know, the normal stuff. I have an emissary here in Hida I'd like to check out to see what Yusugi has here next turn. Other than that, I didn't do much. I did put in a queue for new... Did I build you new units? Can't remember. Okay, no I did not. Just do this real quick. Nodachi... Guns, spears. I'm good on shinobi. Yeah, why not build some more priests, archers, and some more nodachi, some more archers. Have the improved armor here in Nagato. That's always nice. Heizen, yeah, build some cavalry. Why not? And we'll see. I don't even know if I have enough money for that, but we'll see. And moving on, we'll get this battle in Awari, okay? Got that at church in Wami. Alright, as you can see, I'm outnumbered almost 2 to 1, but that's to be expected, and I will take this fight and see how much damage I can do to them. Light rain, that's not ideal. That's not what I'm going for because I have guns. My guns will not fire in even light rain. The muskets will fire in light rain, albeit at a debuffed effect, I guess. But arquebusiers, they will not fire even in light rain, so I need some better weather. Whew, there we go. Got lucky there. So this is what we're looking at. Got a bridge over here, got a bridge over here. This is the bridge where I'm going to be forming up my army, and I'm going to be making sort of my feigned push. I'll be bringing over most of my missile units. And just because it's really closed in over here, we got a hill right here and a hill right here. They usually form up here, right here, and this is going to be like a big skirmish, like cross-river skirmish battle essentially. Draw a lot of attention over here. Don't expect to make that push because crossing the river here means you have to cross that bridge and then go straight into a hill on either side. So not ideal. They typically do leave this one open, although they will react if I start crossing the river here. But if I'm quick about it, I can usually get some soldiers, get a flank in, and break their army. But yeah, I'm not, as I've said before, I'm not looking to really win this battle and or win the province and win this battle. I just essentially want to do as much damage to them as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'll get my soldiers, I can't get them formed up because I'm attacking, but I will get them organized, and then I'll cut to when I'm ready to start the battle. Okay, I got my army all grouped up here, and like I said before, I'm going to have most of them going over here, most of my missile units, but I will have my Nodachi along escorted by 1 Yari Samurai and 1 of my cavalry units here on this bridge over here just to get ready to charge across and see if I can flank them. Alright, so they are formed up right there, but I'm just gonna get these guys moved up. Spears and guns. That'll do. That'll do for that side. And then I'll get my spears and Odachi over here. There you go. And what do I got? Cavalry, yes. And Daimyo, I can just kind of put them in the middle for now. There's Lord Odo himself right there, checking me out. Looks like they are kind of backed off the bridge for the moment. I do expect them to come forward eventually if I try to cross. We'll see. Looks like all I can see, the only archer unit I can see right now is this one archer unit. So if that's all they have, and I know they have more in their other armies, but if that's all they have for this first battle, they are going to take a lot of damage. Holy moly. So I want to make sure I get my guns in front here, since they can't fire over my other soldiers. They need to be the ones that are first in line. Alright, get my arquebusiers. There's one, and yeah, it's not ideal, but it's kind of an awkward position, but we'll see if they can get any shots in from there. And then I'm just gonna stack my archers right behind them, like so, and let's see, right here. I can start getting my spears in position to cross the bridge. I don't know why that's happening. Looks like they are getting some shots in right here. Looks like they are shooting at the daimyo. So that's good news for me. Let's see if I can get these guys to a little bit closer. And I'll bring these fellas over as well. Got some more archers. They're all looking for a home. And, it is getting pretty crowded over here, but may as well just bring them. So did kill most of the daimyo's bodyguard, so that's always good. We are dueling in this one unit over here, so we are taking some casualties, but just judging by the numbers that I have, I like my chances. Now I'm looking for, oh, there they are. I knew I had another spear unit over here. Alright, I'm gonna let this side do their thing for a while. I'm just gonna get settled over here. I'll have my spearmen go first. I don't think I need to go in loose formation because I do not think they'll be getting shot at. And then I'll just have the rest of my Nodachi in column formation, either behind them or off to the sides. That'll help them get across the bridge faster. And same, why not? Same, just get them like that. Alright, what are we looking at here? Lost another one, and I think we're ready to start attacking. If I can bring some guys right now, these guys over here are feeling a little left out. They're not getting involved in all the shooting, so if I can get some melee units to kind of come around to this bridge area, then they can start firing on them. And this is how short the range is for these guns, so if they're standing like right here, they can get them, but anything like that, no, that's a little too far for them, so they're not shooting right now. But muskets will be able to shoot. Once I get muskets, they'll be able to shoot, yeah, maybe out to here, perhaps. Let's see, I wasn't really paying attention. I should kind of bring these guys back. The whole point of this is to bait them into attacking. But in this case, it looks like they ran away, so that's good for me. And let's see if I can get them back across this bridge before they're taking more casualties. At this point now, we are bringing a lot of these soldiers over. They are really having a hard time getting back over this bridge. Come on, guys. Jeez, oh Pete's. Okay, come on. I don't know what they're getting stuck on. They're just having a hard time forming up, I suppose. But yeah, as you can see, Ashigaru are really not taking it well, you know, being shot at by this many guns and spears. Or arrows. Getting shot up at spears, that'd be horrible. And this is what is going to make this battle so tempting, right? Because it seems like This seems like this is the chance for me, right? I just cross the river and win the battle, but it's gonna be really hard to do that just because if I get caught in between with half my army across and their half not across, I know there's gonna be another wave of soldiers coming in over that hill, so I think it's best to play this one slowly and try to take my time with it. Since these guys are quite tired, I'm gonna bring them back. They've done their job for now, and I'll switch out another unit of Yari spears, and I'll bring these guys in to cross that bridge. Now, looks like, see, this isn't what I don't want. I don't want them getting closer to this side. I want them coming over here. So that just means I have to, I think, what I just have to do is bring more guys and push this issue. Because understandably enough, right now, since they don't have any skirmishers, I mean, just have this one unit of archers, they're trying to keep their distance, which makes sense. Alright, I'm gonna speed this up for a bit. Alright, what do we got here? Another unit of Yari Samurai. I will take it. Feed him to me. Come on. Looks like we are getting some shots in. And now I can bring them back across. There we go. These guys are making bridge crossing look a lot easier than the other unit. Call these guys the bridge crossing champions. Man, you guys are good at this. Although they're not running like I told them to. Taking these guys down. That all is looking to code. Looking good. You know, that's fine. Keep coming if you want. I'm fine with it. Alright, bring these guys over and I will go with my third unit of Yari Sam. Oh, these guys are running away. Definitely doing some damage here, that's for sure. Alright, how about I just speed it up a little bit? So it looks like the only one left in this unit is the daimyo himself. His entire 10-man unit of bodyguard has died by now. So yeah, I mean, if we can take that guy down by bullet or by arrow, that'd be nice. You can see it's actually getting a lot harder to entice them to come forward at this point. They're just not buying it. They really don't want to walk into all these guns and arrows at this point. So I'm starting to run out of ammo on most of my archery units. And at this point, this is where I like to do a little check and see how we're coming on ammo. Nice thing about guns is that they will typically, since they fire slower, they can hang on to their ammo a lot longer and last you well into the late game. As far as this point, I'm barely past the quarter mark for this particular battle. And we'll see. So since I'm selected this archery unit, and typically when I hover over an enemy unit, it'll be a bow, but in this case it's a sword, and that tells me that this unit's out of ammo. So, they are basically useless to me, at least for this battle. How are these guys looking? Also a sword. Bring them back. How about these guys? Bow. So they still have some ammo left, and that means I can bring them in for another round or two. See, these guys still have some ammo, so I can bring them up as well. And I know these guys also have some ammo as well. So I'll bring these guys up like so, and... Alright, who's ready? These guys are fresh. That's good. And just bring him across. So my guns are getting some shots in. That's always nice to hear. Mowing them down. Jeez, oh Pete, and they're just standing there and taking it. I think it's really cool that they added the column rotation or the row rotation in this game. That's kind of a neat feature. Alright, let's see if we can bait these guys out. Come and get me. Come and get me. Let's go for another. Go for another go here. Also, so these guns only cost me 100 koku. Since they are being wielded by peasants, it's pretty cheap to field these units, and I mean, it makes it like it's really easy to replace. I mean, sorry fellas, I know you have families and all, but what we're talking about here is the fact that these archers, since they are samurai, they cost 300 koku per unit. So if these guys take some hits and they end up like not really getting that many kills, I mean, they soaked up a few arrows, right? And helped protect my archers. I mean, my archers are in pretty good shape. These guys I think got chewed up a little bit, 4650. And that's not bad either. So yeah, that's another plus for me. Alright, how are we looking on ammo? These guys are done. How about these guys? These guys are out of ammo as well. And still have some ammo here. I won't play it until like my guns are all out of ammo because that'll just take forever. At that point I think I'll just call it a game and I will withdraw my forces. Still got a few volleys on my archers, and let's see, got a few volleys on my guns as well. Looks like these guys are mostly running away. Jeez, oh Pete. Just mowing them down. Come on, come and get me. These guys didn't really get many shots in. That's too bad. They're probably feeling a little lonely over here. But yeah, it's just it's a crowded little river here. It's hard to get a lot of guys here on the riverside. All right, that's probably good for now. Looks like everyone's mostly falling back. I don't know if I'm gonna get these guys to come in for another go. Maybe so. Maybe I can. What's Lord Oda doing here? Yeah, can we get them to come in for another volley? How about it? How about it? Alright, I'll call it that for now. I'll just have all of these guys withdraw. I don't have to really worry about them following me over the bridge and attacking me while I'm withdrawing because they are pretty much all gone. So, just speed it up and let the sad music play. Here's the sad music. How'd we do? So we killed 514 of theirs and we lost 54 of our own. So that's pretty good. That's what I was looking for. I wanted to try to get at least 500. So I think that puts him at around 1200 now. So maybe one more battle, maybe 2 more battles before I take a warrior province. But that's just how these river provinces go. They're kind of tricky. They're kind of hard. But yeah, it's easier once I'm able to actually get across the river and flank them. Then I'll be able to kill a lot more, and maybe that means just one more battle, but probably gonna have to save that for next episode. So I have this castle here in Mino province that's mine now. And just a couple more turns for this castle in Echizen province. Poor harvest, all crop revenues are down by 25%. New treasury of 8,679, that'll be fine. I'll be able to make that work. So the Portuguese have landed in Owari, so they can convert to Christianity right before they die, if they choose. Let's see, some poor public order, just gotta lower that down. Still looking a little, you know, I thought we were done with this. Thought this is all figured out, but I think at this point I have enough shinobi sitting around, so it's gonna be okay. Let me just check. 116, 117, and 119. Yeah, that's really not too bad. Let me just check the timer. I think I'm getting pretty close here, so yeah. That's gonna be about it for this episode. I just want to double check a few more things. So I did a lot of damage here to this army, although if you will take a look at this, since that counted as a win for Lord Daimyo, he got a command star off of that win, so good for you, buddy. You did it. I mean, you didn't. I let you win, but whatever. I'm not mad. Alright, just taking a look at a few things. This has fallen, but I still have a castle here, so that's good. And going forward, what do they have here in... Yeah, so a lot of archers. Clan Yusugi has their clan bonus, whereas Clan Shimazu has a discount to Odachi swordsmen. Clan Yusugi has a discount to archers, which is very, very useful. But it also makes facing them very annoying because... Look at that. That's just like, that's ridiculous. But they do have their heir here, so if they're cut off, all territory around them is enemy territory, and they don't have a port, so they can't get back to their home territory. So their son is cut off from his home. If he dies, that means there's only one son left for Yusugi to fall back on if the daimyo himself dies. So this is a bad position for him. They should not have let this happen. Kaga is still looking strong as ever. Let's see. Oh no! So both of their heirs here are here in Hida. You can see that it's the blue. That's their clan Mon. So that's one of their heirs, and this is their other heir. And this is that's Yusugi Kenshin. It's one of the most famous samurai generals during the Sengoku Jidai period. He is one of the only heirs in this game that gets started out as a 6-star general, which is insane. That's crazy. Like, if you remember correctly, I'll just tell you, my daimyo started out as a 3-star general. My heir started out as a 3-star heir. That's average, you know, can't be too mad at that. This guy in here is a 6-star flippin' general. I mean, and that makes sense. Kenshin was an incredible leader for his time. And there's only 2 other heirs in this game that get started out with a 6 stars. So the fact that they are both trapped here in Hida is just really tragic. They're just gonna end up, you know, probably dying. They're just gonna die starving to death in this castle, probably. At my hands, no doubt. That's too bad. Alright, so going on to the next episode, I'll probably be taking Owari. I did want to get that done here in this episode, but did a lot of talking. I explained a lot of my strategy, you know, regarding unit production, building production, and so on and so forth. It's my usual thing. I get that I'm talking a lot and explaining a lot, but that's I think I'm okay with that, so I hope you are too. So in the meantime, I hope you all have enjoyed this episode, and until next time, this has been Count of Step, and this has been Shogun Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.